Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a strawberry crunch cheesecake. I got this inspiration from 901 Cravings on YouTube. I'll link his information below so you guys can go check him out. But pretty much this cake consists of a strawberry cake, so regular box strawberry cake, cheesecake in the middle, and I'm gonna make a cream cheese frosting to put all around it, and then that crumbling on top from those strawberry strawberry crunch ice cream bars that you guys like. The crumbling on top of that, I'm gonna put it all over there and it's gonna be delicious. This cake I've only made 3 times. Well, this will be my 3rd time, and I've only made it for special occasions, and tomorrow just so happens to be a special occasion, which is, cameraman, what's tomorrow?
My birthday.
Yeah, it's Garland's birthday! So if you're interested in seeing how I make this cake, keep on watching. First, we're going to start with our cake layers. Any cake mix box will do. I'm using Betty Crocker Delights. And then just follow the directions on the back. It was eggs, water, oil, and the batter. And I am using my new mixer that my mom gave me to mix that all together. And I almost forgot my handy dandy spatula, which is my best friend during baking. Just helps to, scrape the sides of the bowl. So once you have your batter mixed, you can split that between 2 9-inch baking pans and then throw them into an oven that is preheated at 350 degrees and cook for approximately 25 minutes. So while my cake layers are baking, I'm gonna get started on the cheesecake. This is probably the star of the show, second behind the crumbling topping. But all you need for the cheesecake is 2 8-ounces of cream cheese, sugar, vanilla extract, heavy cream, cornstarch, and eggs. Again, all the ingredients and measurements will be listed in the description box. Now I'm gonna plop this cream cheese in there. You got it, girl, come on. Come on, you got it. Yes, there we go. Now, if your mama never taught you, I'm gonna teach you. Clean up as you go. It will save you so much work in the end. So just wanted to put that in there. Now I am pouring in my heavy cream, and I'm gonna follow that up with cornstarch. Now I got my blender back out to mix up these ingredients, and I'm gonna do this until it is smooth and creamy. Kind of something like this. Now we are going to add our 3 eggs, but they each must be added 1 at a time. So I am going to pour this egg in, blend it up, and then I'm gonna do the next egg, blend it up, and then again to the last egg. Next, you can add your vanilla extract. This part is kind of up to you. Decide how much you would want in there. And then follow that up with the 1.5 cups of sugar. Then you will continue blending the mixture until everything is incorporated, and pour that into a cream cheese pan, which will then go into an oven preheated at 350 degrees. I put a pan down below with water in it to help prevent cracking, and you can cook it for about 45 minutes or until a very light brown forms on top. Now on to the cream cheese frosting. All you need for this is cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, vanilla, and salt. Make sure the butter and cream cheese are at room temperature because it's going to be really hard if they are not. It just makes the blending process easier. Now this recipe does call for 4 cups of powdered sugar, but make sure you do it a little bit at a time. It just will, again, make it a little easier to blend it all together. Here is what your frosting will look like once it is complete. So I'm not going to be assembling the cake tonight, so I'm going to put the frosting into the fridge along with the cake layers and the cheesecake. And we made it to the crumble. Yes, we're in the home stretch, guys. So all you need to make this crumble is 2 separate bowls. They do not have to be the same size. 2 forks, vanilla instant pudding, and strawberry jello, along with 1 stick of unsalted butter and some flour. First thing I'm gonna do is cut that stick of butter in half and put it into each bowl. Then I'm going to take the instant pudding and put that into one bowl and the jello in the other. Next, I'm going to put the flour in as well. It will be 4 tablespoons in each bowl. Then you're just gonna take your fork and start smashing it until it makes a crumble. The jello one's gonna be a little bit mushier than the vanilla pudding one. As you'll see here, the vanilla pudding turns more crumbly, but that's perfectly fine and is supposed to happen. And the final step of the night, I put our oven on 350 degrees. I got a baking sheet and lined it with aluminum foil and sprayed it lightly with some non-stick cooking spray. And on top, I'm gonna put the crumble. So I'm going to also mix this crumble up. Just, you know, get it as mixed up as you would like it, and kind of flatten it as well, just like this. And I'm gonna put it into the oven for about 6 to 8 minutes, and then you'll see what it looks like when it's done. It just kind of starts bubbling on the edges. Make sure it just doesn't get brown or burnt, because it can do that very quickly. So here's what it looks like out of the oven. So I am actually gonna just throw this into the fridge and wait to work on it in the morning because it is late. Okay, welcome back to day 2 of making our strawberry crunch cheesecake. So last night where we left off, I had the cheesecake in the fridge, I wrapped up the strawberry cake layers, and then I also put the crumble in the fridge. So this morning I got the crumble out of the fridge, and now we're gonna make it into a crumble. So, because right now it's kind of like in big pieces like this. Depending on your preference, you can literally break it up by hand into little pieces and crumble it all up, or you can use a blender like I did for a couple, you know, little pieces, like, you know, like I did for that. I had that cup. But completely up to you. I'm gonna put a couple more in here. And just try to, you know, see how that goes. Put that in there. Ooh, ooh, drop that in there. Spin that around. Okay, and then after you're done crumbling up your crumble, this is kind of what it's gonna look like. I ended up just using my fingers because the blender was just missing big pieces. Unless you have like a food processor, I would just advise doing this. It was super easy. Also, I put my frosting in the fridge last night, so it was a little hard. So I would recommend taking that out way earlier before you're planning on actually decorating your cake, because now mine is sitting in hot water. So that's just my advice to you. But now we're gonna construct our cake. I put the bottom layer of strawberry first, and then I'm gonna take a good amount of the frosting, and I'm gonna put that in between, a little neater than that. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be too neat because you're not gonna see it, right, Garland? Okay, I'll have it like that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Then I'm gonna take the cheesecake. I guess be really careful with the cheesecake. How do I wanna do this? If you wanna do it like this. Yeah. Bam! Just like that. Just like that. It's okay if it's a little lopsided. We'll get it there. And then again, put another blob of the frosting on in the middle, a little bit more. Just make sure you have enough to cover the outside when you're done. And same thing, just swirl that around, swirl that around. The last layer, I would put more, but I'm a little scared, like I said, that I might not have enough to cover it. So I'm gonna make that layer a little bit thinner, and then put that on top. And then this is the fun part where you just get to cover it in the icing.
Is that good?
Is it good?
Yeah.
Okay, now that you have your cake frosted, this is the fun part and a really messy part where you're gonna take your crumble and just put it all over. So wherever you see some white, you're gonna put the crumble. I put foil down here because, like I said, it gets messy. So if anything falls on here, I can just take it off and put it back onto the cake. So let's just get it. You're in there. You know, just whatever you feel. It's fun. I like to start with the top and then I go down to the sides. That's just me. But again, you can do whatever floats your boat. Let me show them how I do my side, how I do the side.